During the time that you have been involved in a relationship with Conrad Murray, to your knowledge, where was he practicing medicine? What locations?
I was aware that he was practicing in Las Vegas and Houston.
Any other locations?
To my understanding, I knew that he had practiced in California, so I wasn't sure of a specific location, but I knew he had a history in California, a medical history somewhere.
Did he have a practice in California?
I'm not sure.
He might have?
Maybe.
Did he ever mention to you, hey, I'm going to the office and I'm going to go see patients here in California?
Never.
But he did speak to you about treating patients at his location of his medical office in Las Vegas, Nevada, correct?
Yes.
And he also described for you his practice in Houston, Texas, correct?
Yes.
So he never mentioned a practice in California?
No.
Is it correct that he did not reveal to you or mention to you any specifics about having a medical practice in California? Is that correct?
That is correct.
Now, you told us that you're aware that Conrad Murray was treating Michael Jackson. Did that treatment, as you're aware, occur here in Los Angeles?
Yes.
Were you aware of whether or not Conrad Murray was treating any other patients in California?
No.
No, you're not aware, or no, you do not believe he was treating any other patients here in California?
No, I'm not aware.
Ms. Alvarez, are you living with Conrad Murray at this point in time?
Yes.
And back when your relationship with Conrad Murray became more serious, certainly before the birth of your son, was Conrad Murray living at your residence?
Yes.
Was he also providing financial support to you?
Yes.
Did he pay your rent?
You may answer it.
Yes. And what was your rent in the time period of April through June of 2009?
Objection, relevance.
Maybe around $2,500.
Did Conrad Murray also help you with other financial aspects, utilities, food, and so forth?
At times. I was working, so that was his choice. If he wanted to pitch in, if he felt the need to do that, that was his choice.
And you were working where?
I am an actress with the Screen Actors Guild since 1998.
And where were you working in June and May of 2009?
I was acting.
Describe for me, please, what you were doing.
Well, as a professional actress, my daily duties consist of maintaining my instrument, going on several castings throughout town, meeting with different casting directors, and continuing to study and refine my craft. So I was working. Acting was a little bit different than a 9 to 5. It's a little bit different. I don't have an office that I go to.
Certainly.
Driving to a casting is my job.
Let me stop you and ask you another question.
Yes.
When you refer to an instrument, what are you referring to?
Myself.
I see.
Myself. As an actor, your instrument is yourself.
So would it be accurate to say that primarily in the time period of April through June, you were focusing on keeping yourself prepared to audition for some event that would be available to you? Is that accurate?
I was working. I was auditioning, and I had, I believe at that time, I had several national commercials running on air. So I was very busy juggling my profession and being a young mother. I was very busy.
Did you speak with Mr. Jackson about your interest in the entertainment industry and your acting career when you met with him?
Sustained. 350, 352.
I'd like to turn now to the months. I'd like to turn now to the months of April, May, and June of 2009. Focusing first on April, Was Conrad Murray living with you in your apartment in Los Angeles in April of 2009?
Yes.
Was he living with you on a full-time basis? In other words, every day?
Well, he was working, I believe, continuing to maintain his practices in Houston and Vegas, so he wasn't there on a full-time basis.
Were you aware that he was treating Mr. Jackson in April of 2009?
I was aware that he was his personal physician.
Were you aware that he was providing treatment to Mr. Jackson in April of 2009?
I was aware that he was his personal physician, so...
Do you understand my question?
No.
Okay, I'll try to make it...
No, I understand your question. My answer is no.
Okay, so let's back up, please. In April of 2009, Conrad Murray stayed at your apartment, correct?
Yes.
And would he leave in the evening times to go to his job as Michael Jackson's physician?
Yes.
And what did you believe that Conrad Murray was doing in relationship to the time he spent with Michael Jackson?
Objection, relevance. Overruled. I'm sorry. Well, overruled on that ground. You may answer.
I didn't believe anything. I knew he was working with Michael. To what capacity, I wasn't sure.
Well, you said earlier that you knew that he was Mr. Jackson's personal physician. Did I understand you correctly when you provided that answer?
Yes, Mrs. Brazil.
So at that point in time, in April of 2009, when Conrad Murray would leave in the evenings to go to work, he was providing care for Mr. Jackson, correct?
Yes.
And during the month of May, he was still going back and forth to his medical practice in Las Vegas as well as his practice in Houston, correct?
Yes.
And when he was staying at your apartment in April of 2009, was he maintaining a routine of providing care for Michael Jackson primarily in the evening times?
Yes.
And describe what you observed or knew to be his routine as it relates to his working as Mr. Jackson's attorney, working as Mr. Jackson's physician in April of 2009.
Described team?
Yes,
My observations?
Yes, I'm interested in his schedule. You've told us that he provided care to Mr. Jackson primarily in the evening times, correct?
Yes.
So I'm interested in your knowledge or observations of his routine as it related to his schedule of providing medical care to Mr. Jackson.
Okay, I remember that he would leave at around 9 p.m. and I'm using 9 p.m. as a marker because I would put my son to sleep at 9. So I specifically remember him leaving around that time, and he would return in the morning, sometimes early morning, sometimes 10, 9. I remember that when he would, in the beginning when he was working for Michael, he would come back early, really early, like 6 or 7, and then it went to 8, and then it was 9. It became later and later.
And when you say 6 and 8 and 9, you're referring to the a.m. time, correct?
Yes.
During the time that Conrad Murray was at your apartment in April of 2009, would his schedule be regular in that every night that he was there, would he keep the schedule that you just described for us in providing care for Mr. Jackson?
Leaving around 9 p.m. and returning in the morning, yes.
And it was every day that he took those duties. Is that accurate?
I don't recall if it was every day. I don't recall if it was exactly every day, like Monday through Sunday. Is that what you... Are you meaning Monday through Friday?
I'm just referring to the frequency, so however it is easier for you to describe it, that's fine.
Every day. very frequently. Some days he wouldn't go.
That would be perhaps a day off.
Yeah. I'd like to turn now to the month of May of 2009. As Conrad moving with you, Hartman, May of 2009. Yes. And at that point in time, was he also, your knowledge and observations, providing care to Michael Jackson? Yes. And would the schedule that you've just described for us related to Conrad Murray's activities in April be the same in substance in May? For example, would he leave around 9 p.m. as you described, be gone for the evening, and then return sometime in the morning hours of the next day? Is that accurate? Yes, it is. And it was your understanding, ma'am, that was providing care to Jackson, correct? Yes. And that care was being provided at Jackson's rest. Was that your understanding? It was. And didn't you